Megafoot, and today we are at Swirlz Creamery in San Gabriel Valley in Alhambra, and I'm so excited to meet
Phil. How's it going, everybody? I am the owner of Swirlz Creamery.
Yes, and I'm so excited because this is a great collaboration with also Favemenu, because they're my fan now and they introduced me to such an awesome creamery. But let's begin with what started Swirlz Creamery. What's the backstory?
Actually, Swirlz Creamery was actually born in my garage during my senior year in college. So it was my last semester in college, and I was at the University of Redlands. It was January 2017, and I was just thinking to myself, I have my whole life to go towards like that white collar corporate job, and I felt like for me, this is my opportunity to do something, right? I think I was very, very fortunate when I went to college, right? I didn't have to take out student loans, I went on scholarship and stuff, so it was actually pretty okay. For me, I just said, all right, let's just go for it. So in my garage, going to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, just trying to figure out the whole ice cream thing out. I was just failing over and over and over and over again. In fact, we actually failed 8 times before. So the formula that we use right now, that's just formula number 9.
Oh,
version number 9, yeah. So I failed 8 times before I got to actually doing everything perfectly, or like getting it to the way that we needed to be.
What was like the exact thing that you were looking for that was the perfect formula?
I mean, with rolled ice cream, what I thought was that it was back when I was in high school, that's when I first started like popping off over here. And so one of the things that I saw was that for me, it just wasn't good. I didn't really enjoy the experience, Like it was great to, see it in action, it's very mesmerizing, the whole experience, right? But the thing is, for me, what I saw about it was it wasn't tasty, it wasn't dense, it wasn't chewy, it didn't remind me anything remotely of ice cream. Yeah, so for me, that was my opportunity. So, kind of like that light bulb went in my head and turned on. I was like, okay, how do I make this into a delectable experience where it is like, very, very reminiscent of that creamy, chewy, dense, overall luxurious experience of ice cream. Think about Haagen-Dazs, Ben & Jerry's and stuff like that. That was me going into the garage at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, great pots and pans and everything. So back then, I didn't have money or capital to actually have these machines here. So next best thing was I crafted my own machine. Yeah. Basically what I did was I took 2 aluminum plates from my mom's pantry, put the first one down, ran down to Smart & Final, grabbed about 2 pounds of dry ice, put that down, wrap the dry ice with a towel, right? Make sure it's all snugged in so there's no air coming in. Grab a bottle of vodka, pour it over the towel and the ice, so it provides insulation. Your second plate goes down, and then what I noticed was that it was wobbly too. So ran out, ripped out these 2 rubber bands from my mom's back cleaners that she wasn't using anymore. Fasten the 2 plates down, right?
And that's so smart.
Yeah, so then wait about 17, 18 minutes, the whole thing freezes over.
You still have it?
No, I don't. And you know what? That's the one thing that I kind of regret not recording and documenting everything, because that was great. Yeah. So that's where all the trials and tribulations came, where it's like 8 different bases on that plate. Rolling, it was so hard. It was just chipping everywhere. We couldn't get anything to roll. And so for me, all I was thinking in my head was I just need one roll. That's it. Just one roll. That's all I need, right? And so we finally, after I believe it was the 7th version, we got it to actually do 1 roll, and then that was it. That's it. That's all I needed. And so got on Alibaba, trying to find machines and then get it over here, which is a whole ordeal in itself. And it just kind of like took off from there. Over time, what we try to do is just try to figure out, what type of ice cream base is gonna fit for this, right? Because at first I went with a custard base, so this is your predominantly for ice cream with egg yolks in it, right? So the thing about Haagen-Dazs is super thick, super rich and creamy. It's ice cream that you want to cozy up next to a fireplace with. So exactly. The only thing about that was, number one, operational wise, like when we poured it over the machines, it was so thick that it wasn't freezing fast enough. So thinner. Exactly. So we want to think about operational efficiencies and stuff like that when we're running a business. And so one thing for us too that we saw was that after eating it was delicious. Don't get me wrong. It was absolutely amazing. But the thing is, you just had this like really heavy feeling afterwards.
Yeah.
So
like over the lactose.
Exactly, right? So I want to eliminate that. So this version here is my version of a Philadelphia style ice cream. And so,
I haven't tried that.
yeah, well, actually, a lot of ice cream shops in the U.S. If you've never heard of Philadelphia style ice cream, most likely you've had it, right? It's basically ice cream without eggs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So with us taking out the egg yolks, therefore it does cut down on the rich creaminess. So that was the problem where we had to kind of figure out, okay, how do I actually make this to be as rich as creamy? It's not gonna be as rich, but if it hits that middle spot.
Yeah.
Okay. However, the flip side to everything after all the testing was said and done was that we didn't feel that whole heavy feeling that you get from ice cream. You know? Yeah.
Dang, yeah. So is that something that you think sets you apart from everyone else? Like what makes you guys special by having the lighter kind of taste?
I think honestly, in general, for me being in the industry, I think that food is very subjective. You know, what I like may not be something that you like, right? I also believe that when people come out to restaurants or any type of dessert shops, they're looking for the experience, right?
Yeah.
They want to feel acknowledged. And so I think that is what sets us apart, is that we have a saying over here, and I preach it all day to my team, is that we didn't get into the ice cream business to serve people. We got into the people business to serve ice cream. You know, people come first, ice cream is second to us. Yeah.
No,
And so it falls into our philosophy, it falls into our core values and how we want to represent ourselves as a brand, right? We focus on people first, right? And that includes the people within our team, right? I have a saying over here at Swirlz, our company, our brand doesn't get better until the people inside get better. One thing that I've seen is that people will always remember how you made them feel, right? They'll always remember that. There's been a couple of guests that told me, like personally, that like there have been other old ice cream shops, like after they go out eating lunch, there's like just one down the block from walking distance, right? But then they choose to come to us instead of driving 3-5 miles out just to come to our ice cream, just to get our ice cream. Because they not only enjoy the ice cream, but they enjoy the way we make them feel. Right? And to me, the way I see it is that number one, that is the highest compliment that I can ever get, right, from a guest. We're very, very selective with the words we choose to use. So for us, we ban the word customer. Because the way I see it is that when you call people a customer, that's how you're going to treat them, right? We identify people as a customer, you're going to treat them like a customer. However, you identify people as a guest, then you treat them like a guest.
Yeah,
right?
okay, honestly that does make sense because if you're kind of thinking of customer, it kind of sounds like short term too. But then if you say guest, or even like your family, like your family, you're treating them as someone who's long term.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way that we kind of like start over here at Swirlz with the team is that this is our house, this is our home. You know, everybody that's coming through, this is our guest. You know, and we want exactly, we're very inviting. So these people, they can go anywhere else, right, for ice cream, right? There's so many different like types of desserts for ice cream. There's custards, there's gelato. You know, messing around with Cold Stones. You know, the big franchises. You have nitrogen ice cream. There's so many different types, right? But yet, the biggest compliment and the biggest enjoyment that I find when people come in is that they chose to come to us. They spent the time to go searching for us, but they spent the time to get into their cars, turn on the ignition, bob and weave the traffic, right? Get to this parking lot, try to find parking spots. You know, maybe they're having a bad day, but they still chose to come to us. And I think that, to me, that's the biggest honor. And that's one thing that I talk about to our team is that they could have gone to anywhere else, but they chose us. You know, and we have to respect that to the fullest extent.
I really appreciate that too because you're changing the energy. And I think that's something that like you kind of take away from food because food is also something that you learn with other people. And if you're able to kind of convey that frequency to them, having good vibes, I think that's long lasting.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I think for me, my infatuation with ice cream that started when I was a kid with my grandma, actually. So every Saturday morning, me, cousins, and sisters would go over to grandma's house and kind of chill out because all of our parents, you know, like, go out, work, and stuff like that, and like provide for us, have to move over ahead. So they're very, very hardworking people, and I think that we derived our tendencies from them, you know, being as hardworking as them, right? So every Saturday morning we watch cartoons, grandma, and stuff. And so one of the most memorable moments for me and what I hold dearest to me is that I'll be sitting in my little plastic stool, that you get from like Hawaii supermarket or something from the Asian supermarket. Yeah, those like little plastic stools. I sit right next to my grandma, and she's on her rocking chair, and we're actually enjoying a cup of, those like vanilla chocolate cups of ice cream.
Yeah,
with the wooden spoons.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we would enjoy that together. Right?
Yeah.
And we're just watching cartoons, and she doesn't understand English. She's just like, but she's like finds it entertaining. That to me is such a powerful memory for me, and I think that played into what I chose to do for my career. It's opening up Swirlz and everything. And so my point for that is I want to be able to create those type of memories for my guests, right? Where they're creating memories of their own through a cup of ice cream at Swirlz Creamery.
Love this story. This is great. This is the backstory that I like being like passionate about.
Yeah.
Let's move on to something else too. But I know that you guys have a lot of flavors. But what is some of the like really highlighted food that you have here?
Yeah. So we're kind of, you look at our menu, we're kind of a little bit out there. I'm not gonna lie. But we do still have like your classics, right? So we still have the vanillas. We still have the cookies and cream. So cookies and cream is actually our best seller.
Ooh, yeah.
Right. So we get our strawberry balsamics.
Ooh,
we have We have our sea salt caramels. We go into our blueberry matchas, right? Things of that sort, right? So we kind of play with things that are a little bit out there, right? But we've gone through all the testing to make sure it works.
Yeah.
And so one of the biggest things with us and our ice cream is that we actually make everything in-house from scratch, right?
I love that.
Yeah. So a little bit knowledgeable of the ice cream industry. So in the state of California, not a lot of ice cream shops actually make their own ice cream.
You just source it out.
Yes, so they'll buy a pre-made mix, a powder form or like a liquid mix, and then they'll throw it into their machines and out pops out the ice cream, right? So the reason for that is that there's a lot of like licensing stuff that you have to go through in order to make your own ice cream, right? So for me, when I was doing it there in my garage, when I was envisioning Swirlz coming to life, I was thinking about how I can provide as much value as possible.
Yeah.
And that value came into with me actually going in the back and actually making everything from scratch, right? We make all the ice cream batches in-house from scratch. We take a whole day to a day and a half to actually make everything, because making ice cream is almost like making soup. On day one, it tastes okay. You gotta let the thing marinate. You gotta let it go overnight. That's where all your flavor, aroma, texture, it gets heightened up on that second day.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it comes to a point though where your flavor and texture gets better, and then it hits a climax and then it starts coming down. Right? So for us, we had to kind of see where that climax was and only make enough to get up to that point.
Yeah.
Right? So for us, yes, we're always constantly washing dishes, pots and pans, but the flip side to that, the advantages, the pros to that is that every single time our guests, anybody that walks in here and orders one of our ice creams, they know for a fact that ice cream base was not sitting for very long. So it's as fresh as possible.
Ooh, I like that. Because you can feel it too.
You can feel it. You can taste it. Absolutely.
Yeah, you know when something's aged. And then you don't really want like really old ice cream either.
Yeah, absolutely not. When you put it in the freezer for too long or whatever, you'll see the flavors get muted and the texture gets dulled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just facts. What are your kind of looks for the future of what other flavors that you might add to your menu, or anything that you would like to do for your brand?
Absolutely. I mean, we're constantly trying to grow and constantly challenging ourselves and trying to see what we can actually come up with. Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that we've been able to, or we're currently working on right now, is more non-dairy options. We're in the back, I'm actually creating this right now with a sorbet line. Yeah, so it's gonna be all fruits. We're gonna make everything non-dairy, and we're gonna make sure it's as vegan as possible too. If we can make it vegan, we'll make it vegan.
Yeah.
But if it's non-dairy, I think that's the best way to go about it too.
Yes, and I like that you're accommodating towards that too. Wow, is that something that we're maybe seeing soon in 2021?
Yeah. Well, we've been doing it on our Instagram where we kind of take people behind the scenes of making ice cream and stuff like that. So one of the biggest things for me is I'm okay with showing the failures and stuff like that, because that's how we get to that point. It's like that journey,
Yeah, you get better.
Yeah, you get better over time, and I think that our audience and our followers and our fans, they appreciate that, and seeing that behind the scenes type of takes and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. No, yeah, I'm excited for that. Is there anything that you want to say to your loyal customers, or anything that you want to send them as a message?
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for your continued support during this time. From the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate all of you. Me and the team appreciate all of you. With that being said, I hope everybody stay safe out there. Don't stress out. Make sure you get plenty of rest. Wash your hands. Seriously. Yeah. We're gonna get through this. We are gonna get through this. COVID came in super fast. It's also gonna go out super fast too. Right? So I hope that everything's gonna be okay, and it is gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this together.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and also thank you to Favemenu for collaborating with me, and also thank you to Swirlz Creamery for having this. Is there a tag that you want to have them follow you guys at?
Yeah, you can follow us on social media. It's gonna be on Instagram. It's gonna be at Swirlz Creamery, SWIRLZ Creamery. That same thing for Facebook too. Yeah.
But nice, yeah. Don't forget to check them out and don't forget to subscribe. But see you guys later.
See you guys. Thank you guys.